Yesterday was Good Friday 2024 as of the making of this video, and a good day for free stuff. One of my best in a while, in fact, at least as far as number of items. I got 14 items in total. Greetings everyone, Big Allen Cox. Welcome those also to my new channel on YouTube called Big Al's Show and Tell. This video will be various items I find for free or very low cost. Sometimes if they're non-functional, I'll be trying to encourage those items back to being usable again, thus saving them from the landfill. Let's take a closer look at my free items here and see if they work or can be fixed. Kind of a triage thing. We'll just go through them real quick. I cleaned the garage out on a property, and these are mostly from that. The only exception being this Murray mower over here on the left that I picked up on my way back from that. Homemade, kind of a hanging ornament. It's got a hook on it somewhere where you can hang it up, but somebody spent a little time making this thing, so yeah, we'll hang that up at Christmas time out of a tree or something. Okay, I guess the next thing I'll look at here is this wall coat clock. You'll see these, they're a dime a dozen, they're everywhere. Before I clean it too well, I'll stick a battery in it and see if the clock mechanism works. I'm going to take a little spray away cleaner here. I like this stuff. It works pretty good. Spray that on there. I'm just about out of it. Oh, that's really grimy. That is so grimy it's not even coming off of there. Terrible. What is that? Cigarette crust or grease crust? This must have hung in a kitchen or something. Oh, it would take some real rubbing to get that off. Whatever it is. The spray away smells good though. I'm gonna stick a battery in it and see if the clock mechanism even works. And good old Thunderbolt batteries from Harbor Freight, just as good as any. Okay. And nothing, the clock is not working. So that disgusting thing's gonna have a date with the garbage can. It's just not really worth anything, and it's really grimy and cruddy. Nobody wants to hang that, not even in their shop. Okay, I think next up I'll turn my attention to this Sylvania. This is an LD195SSX TV DVD combo. I've been kind of looking for a TV to keep out here in the shop and hang on the wall, and this might be it. It even came with a pair of rabbit ears I found while we were cleaning that garage out. So let's see if this unit works. I will kind of be surprised if it does. You know, these things are kind of hit and miss and you can't really work on them. Well, I heard something click when I hooked it up, so I don't know. I'm going to hook an antenna up to it here real quick. We'll see if it does anything. One of the reasons I grabbed this TV is it's got a input for actually you can hook your computer into it, like a laptop or something. So if I need to bring that out in the garage, I can actually hook my PC to it if I want to. Now, I do not have a remote for this set. It has buttons on the bottom of it. Let's see what it does. We'll press the power button. Nothing. There we go. Well, it's flashing now anyway. Well, something's coming on. It says DVD. Yep, there's no DVD in there. Let's see if we can find a setup menu here or something. How do I get the TV? Oh, here we go. It's hey, it works.
Monique, choo-choo, as in the little engine that pulled the train. Multiple partners.
Now this is running off with a pair of rabbit ears I got behind it. I think I just pressed the wrong button there. I thought I was pressing the channel button, but I don't think I was. Seems to be selecting the inputs with the channel knob.
I don't have to do that. There is no hair with the Stratos. No hair wrap. The Shark Stratos really does solve the problem of hair. It has the best hair pickup of any.
Well, that selected my DVD.
The ultimate vacuum for cleaning up long hair as well.
I don't know. I might have to investigate how to work this thing a little more.
Is getting all of the hair,
but it does work.
Surface, off my carpet. Duo Clean really does a great job about taking the hair from the floor.
I don't know. We'll see if it picks up anything else. Okay, I finally got something else moving the antenna around, but just reception out here is just not all that great. And I'd probably have to have a better antenna, I'm sure. It's not like the old days when you could DX stuff. You can't DX with digital. Either you got it all or none, nothing at all. But it does work. It actually has a pretty decent picture too.
Colostrum is nature's answer. Armor's premium colostrum harnesses over 400.
Well, let's see if the DVD player works anyway. Does it take much to lose the digital reception? Now this is looking at the DVD player. I don't know if that works, but we're gonna. Seems to be pushing it right back out. Well, when I slide a DVD down in it, it seems to not want to go all the way down in there. Now it's in there, I think. Hey, that's working. I'll be dang. Can you believe that? The DVD player works. That hardly ever works on these things if I get one. Unbelievable. You know, all of us small engine guys have watched Sling Blade, I think. But yeah, that works. Yeah, good deal. And that was the eject. It ejected it. I guess it just hadn't been used. Guess really it just hadn't been used in a while. It had to get a disc in it. But yeah, that works great. Actually, the DVD player works. It will pick up a TV signal every once in a while. I have to get a better antenna than this poor thing, I believe. I found these in that garage. They were brand new in the box, hadn't never been taken out before. Now, I'm not much of one to wear headphones a whole lot because the things I do, I like to hear what's going on around me. I guess this is a carrying case for the headphones. Very nice. I'm sure they work. The cord's never been even unwrapped, so there's no really need in me even testing those. When I get ready to use them, I'll just use them if I do, or I'll pass them along to somebody that maybe wants them that I know or something. Somebody that needs a pair of good headphones or new headphones. I don't know how good they are, but anyway, that's what they are. I'll pass them on to somebody that needs them. Okay, now the next item is this Holmes Blizzard fan. This is like a little old floor fan. It also looks like somebody used this to do sheetrock and get the dust out the window or something, because it is just covered in some kind of white chalk, like sheetrock dust or something. Let's just see if it works. Actually, it does. Sure, that's making a lot of wind into the camera. Let me turn it this way. Yeah, that works. Works good, actually. Wonder if it has an oscillator on it too. I don't know if that. Yeah, that works too. There you go, Holmes Blizzard fan. It just needs some serious cleanup. It's actually pretty smooth. It don't look like that dust really hurt it or nothing. So there's your good usable fan. When I swept a pile of stuff up in the floor of that garage, this was in that pile. It's the Dale Jarrett number 88 replica of the 1/24 scale race cars they made. This is from 1996. There's actually some crazy dude on eBay selling one of these for a ridiculous price without a box. And then you see another one where they want $14 for it with in the box brand new. That's eBay for you, but I thought I'd keep it anyway. I'm not much of a NASCAR fan anymore. I used to be a big Mark Martin fan back in the day, and I've met Richard Petty a couple of times. I liked him back in the day. That red backdrop fold out there is a 4-panel deal. I can use that when I'm showing stuff on my new channel. It needs to be vacuumed off and cleaned up, but it's very usable too. And actually, if you wanted to get technical about it, I got 15 items yesterday. I didn't show this earlier because I'd already hung it up, but I also got this for the hang up out on the porch or wherever I want to hang it at. It's got bottle caps for eyes. But I thought that was pretty cool, so I took that too. This is a Mead. It's a combination microscope and telescope. Take your choice, I guess, huh? I do not know if this works. I don't know a whole lot about these. I would assume this stuff works. It's got slides with it and all of that stuff. I mean, it's complete. It has all your vials and stuff. And there's a tripod for the telescope. I don't see why any of this wouldn't work. I do want to look through that telescope sometime or another and check that out. But I just thought it was something neat to grab because it looks like basically most of it's there. And it's in a fairly nice case. It will lock, despite those crazy things these will break off eventually. They're already about ready to. You can see it. I hate these kind of boxes with those latches on them. Alright, next item is this Sony CFD50. This is a CD radio cassette recorder. This thing is pretty nasty, pretty dusty. I don't hold out that much hope for it. I don't have a cord to go to this, and I don't know how much voltage it takes. I've got a bench power supply somewhere from back in my electronic service days, but I'm not gonna dig that out for this if I don't have to. I'm gonna try this cord in that slot and see if that works. This is actually off of a printer power supply. And that does not want to fit in there at all. Well, there it goes. It fitted. That went right in there after a little encouragement. Let's get the cord over here and see if we get any action from this thing. I heard something. Hey, the door does close. Let's see if we can figure out what's the radio here. Alright. Antenna's a little flopped there. That door opened itself back up. Scratchy control there. I think I'm on the AM band. Be DXing at 12 o'clock at night. Let's get off that AM band with all these fluorescent lights in here. That's about all that's going to pick up. Let's try FM. That's our local college station there, Davidson Community College. I don't know what's on radio anymore. I don't hardly ever listen to it. Might that be our jazz blues station I knew nothing about? Might be actually pretty cool.
Settlement message regarding
Diamond are making huge stock sales. Don't be fooled. A recession seems inevitable.
I don't hear any speaker crackle as far as any of the speakers being bad,
Never been worse zero.
but the reception's not going to be that great in here.
Our free precious metals IRA.
At 7.1. Station you deserve. We're only fighting for thousands harmed by the war at Camp Lejeune. Deadline coming. You need to call now or you may forever go to a settlement between 100,000 and 500,000.
Notice how it's picking up like 2 or 3 stations at one time here and there too. Part of that's because of where we're at in here, but it could also probably use some kind of a frequency alignment.
Where your ass was at, I take her to this life.
Okay, so the radio works pretty good. Let's see if the CD player will do anything. These are the things I find that don't work as these CD changers a lot of times. We'll try this one, see what it does. It'll open. If this plays, which it's got a spider web in it, let me clean that out. One of my former bands called At Wit's End, I played the drums in. We'll try that. So far, nothing's happening. I don't hear no disc spinning in there. I don't see it moving. Well, it's doing something now, I think. Well, when I set the lid down on it, it quits turning. This thing's actually playing. Very scratchy volume control. I think part of it's this selector switch needs to be cleaned too. I'll definitely have to, I think maybe this mechanism needs to be lubricated. I don't know, there's a problem with this loading. Now this is what you call baked. Used. 95% used. Somebody got 95% use out of this thing. This is a Murray M20300 21-inch lawnmower. Yeah, about 95-98% used. These were sold in box stores. I would say this is from probably around 2009, 2012. I think they sold these for some years. I do think, though, that this engine is not the original one that was on it, because this has a Boland's label on it. Either that or somebody put a different top on it. Hard to tell. You never know the history of these things you just pick up off the side of the road. But the main reason that I got this is there are some good usable parts on it, even if the engine won't run. And if the engine does run, I do have a frame to put this on. So that was one of my incentives for picking this thing up. The main problem I see is this handle has busted out of the frame right here. See that? On both sides. I don't know if that can be welded or brazed or what. When it comes to welding and stuff, I have to get with my stepdad on that and ask him. But that's definitely baked, fried, North Carolina barbecue style. I thought this had a broken pull cord on it, and I got to looking at it closer, and actually somebody has put this in place of the pull handle on it. I don't know if I could deal with pulling on that. If the engine was to kick back, that's really going to hurt when it comes through your hands, or it's just not a very safe thing there. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can find a pull handle for that when I test this engine. And this is the engine that is on there. It's the Briggs & Stratton 450 series. It's a 148cc engine. And I was looking at this also, and if you break the boot off of your spark plug wire, you can just do what this guy's done here. Attach you a clip to it and go to it. This is the frame I was actually thinking about putting that engine on. You can see somebody EOL'd the shaft on this one, hit a big root or something and broke the shaft on the engine. Now in the meantime, I found this, so this is what I'll use temporarily on the mower I'm working on. Finally. Okay, I think we have repaired that. Hopefully. Get rid of that. Yeah, I went ahead and pulled my rope up here and put it through this rope holder here on the handle. Okay, I'm going to have to find out what kind of spark plug actually goes in this thing, since it didn't have one in it already. It actually references to an RJ19LM. Now I have, now what I have here is a J19LM. Now I can use this plug. The only difference between the R19LM and the J19LM is the R stands for it has a resistor in it to cut radio interference. Get it in there and we'll snug it down. And I hope this contraption works here. I can't even press that in, that's pretty tight. Okay. There's actually a tiny amount of fuel in that gas can there, or the gas tank. It don't look very good, and I can see a lot of debris in the bottom of the tank. I'm gonna see if I can just get this to fire off. Okay, I'm gonna spray some starter fluid in the gap and see if that'll encourage it. I'm not exactly sure if I'm getting any fire or not because I can't really test it with that rigged up setup there. All right, so it does run and fire. Wow. Okay, well, I can take it from there. I just shot it with another blast of starter fluid. Let's try that again. I can tell I'm gonna have to service that carburetor, but the engine does run. Great. Well, let's move on to our next item. Okay, next item I'll check out here is this Echo PB2100 power blower. This unit is actually fairly clean because it was sitting on a bench with a bunch of lawn chair cushions on top of it. You'd have never even known it was there. It actually looks like you could just crank it and it would run. So let's see what this thing will do. Now, I've worked on several of these Echo blowers before. In fact, I own a PB1000 myself. These are pretty good blowers to use. I don't have very many problems out of it. I've used this one for many, many years. But right now we're interested to see if this one works. I'm going to check out the fuel tank first. There's a little bit of something in there. I'm going to pour that out and add some fresh fuel. Well, I used all my 50-to-1 fuel mowing yards the other day, but I just poured a little out of this tank into that one. So I've got enough to clear the fuel pickup anyway. We'll see if it'll do anything. Okay, I hear the gas tank pressurizing. Okay, this is like a throttle hold. Let's choke it. I don't think it's drawing up no fuel. Then again, though, it's starting to draw some fuel there. Look at that. I think the bulb's gone bad in it. In fact, you can see a pool of fuel coming out the bottom here. Yeah. Well, let's see if it'll even kick off. It looks like I'm just leaking fuel everywhere. I don't know if it's gonna fire off or not. Let me try it again. Make sure I won't start me. Oh yeah. Well, it starts. I think that carburetor is going to have some service though. Seems to be dripping fuel. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to have some carburetor service, but that's going to run. That's going to be a usable blower. So that's a good score there. Okay, next item I'll look at is this Napa battery service unit. This is the model 85910 battery charger. And I had one actually similar to this one stolen from me about a year or 2 years ago. And it's very nice to come back across one of these because they're very good units. I hope this one works. We'll check it out. I've got a die-hard lawnmower battery over here, and you small engine guys know this. If you got a couple of riding lawnmowers sitting around your house, you're going to have a dead battery sometime. So we'll try this thing out and see if it powers up and see if it does anything. Let me get it hooked up. Okay, I got the AC line hooked up to it. I've got a dead die-hard lawnmower battery here, or lawn battery. You'll know instantly if one of these things works at all. If you hear the fan come on anyway, is a good sign. So let's see if this one will do anything. Let me make sure somebody has put some kind of different knob on this thing here. Make sure I'm at 12 volts here. Well, it's coming on. Unfortunately, I don't think this battery is going to take a charge because it's going on 3 years old. We got it turned up on the maximum rate control, and I got my timer on about 40 minutes. But I don't see that thing driving no amps. I don't know if that battery's going to charge up. What I need to do is get me a multimeter and see if I'm getting charging voltage across those connectors there. So let me grab a multimeter. So what I'm going to be looking for is anything above 12 volts across these connectors on the battery. I have my meter hooked up here. See if I can get you in closer, see that. Now I'm on the 30 volt scale. I'm zeroed out. Positive, negative. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. Actually, it's about 14, right around 14. So yeah, it works. As long as that's putting out that voltage, that definitely works. That'll definitely charge up a battery, even though this die-hard lawnmower battery's probably seen its better days. Okay, in addition to the other stuff I also got a set of WeatherTech floor mats there. Those are going in my 93 Dodge Dakota. My floor mats are about slap wore out in that thing, or they got some kind of stain on them or something. The only one that's any good's on the passenger side front. That's because I don't ever have anybody really riding in my work truck. And I got that jack stand right there, which I definitely need to replace on one of my trailers here, because it's about give out. It's wore out. It don't half work. That one works just fine, and it'll be a great replacement. So let's review my 14 free items and what happened. The TV works great. The DVD player works good. No problem with that. We got a pair of brand new headphones. We also got a Holmes Blizzard fan that works great. It just needs to be cleaned up. And we got this crazy homemade ornament for Christmas time that I'll probably hang up. The Sony boombox works pretty good. It just needs a little lubrication for the CD player, I think, for that top piece on the door there. And the cassette player needs a belt on it. I can hear the motor running, but nothing's happening without a belt to drive the system. So I think I can fix that. And we got a pretty good Meade microscope and telescope there. That set's almost a complete set, if not. And the Dale Jarrett race car there, the die-cast race car from '96. We also got the welcome thing there to hang on the door. And this Napa 85 910 battery charger works great. In fact, it charged up that 3-year-old die-hard battery right there. I was actually able to start a lawnmower with it. And this Murray mower here, the M20300, starts up and runs. The engine is good. I just need to do some work on the carburetor. And either I'll use this engine on another frame, or I'm going to try to get somebody to fix this handle where it's broke. Hey, I want to thank you all for joining me, and as I fix some of this stuff and work on it, I'll make videos about it for either my show and tell channel, or if it applies to my Big Al Small Engine channel. But anyway, I think I got a lot of good useful items. The only thing that didn't work was the coat clock. And stuff that's just not worth fixing or worth messing with goes in the trash can. Till next time, Big Al here saying I hope you're blessed and are blessing others, and I'll see you again soon.